J45, yes indeed, back. The All Out Show, Lord Sear in New York, Rude Jude in L.A. Who we got, man?
We got a legend in the game. We got Jermaine Dupri sitting across from me. What's up, man?
What's up with it?
Welcome to the show. It's good to have you. It's been 12 years we've been doing this show. This is the first time we had you on. And
I never been on here. I've been in New York, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. It's good to have you here.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good to have you here with us. You got a television show that's on A&E, right? I don't want to fuck this up.
Yeah, so it's on Lifetime.
See, I already blew it.
Yeah, it's on Lifetime.
Why does it say A&E on my fucking...
Well, they own it, I think.
All right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I wasn't a total dick.
Yeah, it
on
wasn't that
one.
far off, yeah.
All right, so it's called The Rap Game.
It's called The Rap Game.
And you're basically putting people up on game, rappers up on game.
Well, no, I'm actually, it's actually taking, for anybody out there that don't know, take 5 kids that move to Atlanta. They from the age of 12, 16, and I basically just put them through like the Jermaine Dupri boot camp, basically.
Did you put Criss Cross through that same boot camp?
I would say Criss Cross created the boot camp, basically, and then
How so?
it was my first time doing it, so I didn't really totally know what I was doing with them.
Right.
But they actually created what I went on to do for other people like Bow Wow and any other artists that I mentored after that, Brat and other people along the line. So
you weren't that much older than Criss Cross either, were you?
Yeah, I was 5 to 6 years older than them.
That's
Yeah. I was 17, they was 12, 11 and 12.
I had, like, you can't tell now because I have male pattern baldness, but like I had the braids, bro. Like I went and got my hair braided after Criss Cross came out, man.
You had your braids.
Yeah, bro. Like,
he
I had
like
motherfucking.
Yeah, he look like a Thug Simply Red.
Yeah.
Hold him
little-
back there.
Look, chubby, fat, pink motherfucker with the braids and all that. I tried to do the backwards shit, but I couldn't do it. I was like, I felt like a dick, but I kept the braids.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of people, now as time has gone, a lot of people come to me and tell me they did a lot of things that Criss Cross was, the start of a lot of things in their life, So it feels good.
Criss Cross, Bow Wow, you were able to do crossover hip hop. Like it reached everywhere. Like everybody was fucking with these cats.
Yeah.
Well, how?
I don't know. I really don't. This is just a study of just me believing that, I think that kids are very powerful, just period. So, and once one kid sees something that they actually like that they haven't seen before, it's kind of infectious, whatever the word is. It really just starts to spread, and all these other kids want to be out here and want to do it. Just like hip hop is, period. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You had everybody. Honestly, you had everybody rocking shit backwards and wearing braids and stuff.
What's funny is that Puff told me one night when we had a drunk party, me and him, and we was just drinking, and he was like, honestly, Criss Cross made him really want to be in the music industry because Jump came out prior to Bad Boy and all of that. People don't probably believe this, but that's the truth. Jump came out prior to all of the Bad Boy success and all of that. And he said that when he saw how popular 2 black kids could popular to be to the world, and everybody was paying attention to him, like you saying, he figured out that that was something that made him say he could definitely do this, and he wanted that type of success.
And he was able to achieve it, and you were too. And it was weird. It's a lot of times though you were able to create. It was very like I didn't check for Bow Wow because I was older by then, and I was listening to older rap music, like more gangster shit. And it didn't mean I didn't like Bow Wow. I just didn't check for him. I didn't feel like he was. I was his target demographic. Did you do that on purpose?
I think like this. I feel like. And that's another thing with these kids. I'm telling them on the show, like, majority of real rap critics and real fans of hip hop, they think this show is bullshit. Basically,
why?
They think because they just, just like people criticize me. They say Jermaine Dupri always make kid artists. I only made 2.
Right.
Bow Wow and Criss Cross. I didn't make like 10 of them shits. I only did 2. They just happen to be super successful. So that's what people, people label. But for the most part, the world that we live in, that you and I and everybody else live in as from hip hop, is basically driven off of nightclubs and liquor and Molly and all the shit that, none of these kids actually can do. So the majority, 50% or 60% of the fans that really love hip hop, they think this show is bullshit.
Really?
And I know that, but that's not the fan. Like you said, yes, I'm not going after that fan. I'm going after the kids because I believe that what's happening in these high schools and all of these dances and all of this shit that's happening where you see people doing all these dances, that's not happening at Live. That's not happening at Compound. That's happening in these high schools.
Have you're from the 70s. Have you been able to adapt to what kids are doing now? Like, cause I was just talking about this. Like, I look at Vine, I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm from Atlanta, so that's it's in our blood. You know what I mean? We basically and especially when I started dancing, so I know what they doing just reminds me of everything that I did when I was younger.
All right, so have you incorporated this? How have you incorporated technology into the way that you're selling artists now?
Well, I think this show is a perfect example of people seeing this. Like, this is a lunch for So Def in a way that So Def never had a lunch. I lunch music the same way everybody else lunched. This time I'm lunching an artist with a TV show. And after this happens, I'm probably going to be in a position where I don't want to launch an artist no other kind of way but to have a platform as big as this platform. So I got to, this is my first.
Is it going to be like a contest? Is it like a contest?
Yeah, it's pretty much like a contest. I don't eliminate people weekly. I just teach each person, and I have this thing called the hit list where I chart. I put them on a chart with 1 through 5, and I let them know, like, this week you came in 5th. This week you came in 1st. This week you came. You know what I mean? So it's never elimination. I'm trying to actually teach these people, give them a good lesson, because I also feel like, as far as young rap, hip hop, and this, that, and third, like 106 in Park, I actually created that with my mind. And that's why I named Bow Wow Mr. 106 in Park, because I told BET prior to that show that we needed a show that represented for kids like Bow Wow and where there would be a home for artists like Bow Wow. And they created 106 in Park.
And it would play in the afternoons after school got out.
Yeah, so it was completely dedicated to this audience. Now that they don't have that, this show basically, I feel like that is this. These kids, if you sitting at home and you want to be in a rapper or you want to do whatever and you ain't on this show, you watch this show, you can learn though. It ain't got nothing to do with you not being able to be on the show. Just take from some of the things that you hear happening on the show, you can learn a lot.
You teaching them kids about money, because I know, like, I didn't come from money, so when I got money, I just buy a bunch of shoes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They might not be Jordans and shit, but I'm still buying a shitload of shoes.
I don't actually teach them about money, because I feel like, another element on the show is their parents, and their parents are their managers. So I think that their parents, you got to leave some of that to some of the other people that's a part of the whole situation. You've been here for a minute. What's it like when you see a shark ass parent managing their child, and you've had to see that where they're not like looking out for the kid's best interest? I mean, well, they don't actually know either. You know what I mean? I think the music industry is like one of the weirdest businesses in the world, because it's a business where everybody wants to be in. And it's probably the only business that you don't have to go to no class. You could just no tutelage. You could just jump in this shit and be like a dude on the street one day, and then a number one record the next, and then people expect you to know everything.
Right.
And within those 24 hours, and you can't know everything. You can't know how to talk to people. You can't know how to count the money. You can't know how to, you know what I'm saying? So it's funny, because I think a lot of times people don't even know that they not looking out for their artists, because they don't know everything.
They don't even know the ins and outs.
They don't even know the ins and outs.
That's, who loves that shit? Presidents of companies. The president of companies love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, they know that the person that they talking to is probably like, green and don't know nothing.
What's your relationship like with Bow Wow and the artists that you've dealt with?
All my artists, we good. You know what I mean? I was at Bow Wow house last night, basically. Me and Bow Wow, Bow Wow's like my son, basically. And everything that he does, we have a conversation about before it happens.
No shit.
Yeah.
So he's still fucking with you to this day.
Yeah, always. I mean, like I said, I'm literally, like, Bow Wow didn't have a father around him, so he came into my life at 11, and, I put him out at 12, and, we've been around each other since then.
That must have been crazy. How did you keep, like, he was out at 12?
Yeah, he sold 3 million records at 12 years old.
I wasn't even busting nuts yet at 12. You know what I mean? I was fucking shooting blanks. I think I still had G.I. Joes. That's fucking crazy to think about. That made you uncomfortable. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. That's all good. My bad. My bad, Jermaine Dupri. We got Jermaine Dupri here.
Oh, man.
He's got a show that's out on Lifetime. So you ain't fuck it up that time.
Yeah, it comes out it's on Friday nights at 10 p.m., 9 Central on Lifetime.
The Rap Game.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite already, or?
Yeah, I got a lot of favorites. I mean, but like I said, every week is different. You know what I mean? I think like it's a kid on the show named Lil Nico that's from San Diego. I actually feel like he's the most lyrical person in the house as far as like hip hop is concerned. He's probably, the most lyrical, but at the same time he's a kid, he's young. So therefore he lets this hip hop, the way hip hoppers usually overthink things and take things into a different direction and assume that we just gonna get it. He does that. And as a kid rapper, you can't do that. You gotta dumb it down a little bit. You could be lyrical, but you gotta understand that the audience that's listening to you, they ain't listening to Rakim. They ain't heard the shit that you probably been listening to try to get your skills up. You know what I mean? So you can't be rapping to them at that level. You got to figure out how to break it down.
It's about making a song, I imagine, right?
Yeah, it's about making a song, but it's also, like I told him, like on one of the, I give them challenges every week. So on one of the challenges, I told him to write basically a song. I took him on a tour around Atlanta, and I was like, basically redo my song. Redo Welcome to Atlanta, just write it. Write your own version of Welcome to Atlanta. I'm going to show y'all all this stuff, and you just rewrite what you want to write. And he basically didn't write anything that he saw, and he just started incorporating like punchlines from like Goody Mob and stuff like that. And he was like, I put a lot of Atlanta into my rap, and I'm like, that's not,
that's good for if he wants to sell to a 40-year-old like myself.
Yeah, you know
right?
what I mean?
Awesome.
Like, I'm like, you gotta understand, it's a 12-year-old on here that don't even know who the Goody Mob is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's 16, but I'm like, look, this a kid on this show that's 12. He don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
So you gotta be like, pretend like you talking to a retard.
I mean, you just gotta understand. You gotta understand how to break it down. You know what I mean? Keep it lyrical, but understand that you got an audience that don't know a lot of the stuff that's going on.
Is that the biggest pitfall that you see rappers fall into, is not understanding the audience?
Most of the time, yeah. Most of these rappers don't know who their target audience is. They just rapping trying to hit anybody. You know what I mean? They just trying to throw a rap and just hope for God it hit, somebody. And that group of people takes it and they run with it, as opposed to like making music specifically for a group of people.
Soak it up, y'all. Listen to Jermaine Dupri.
Oh.
What was it like being part of the Jackson family? What was it like?
I didn't know I was part of it.
Bro, you was damn near, you guys was damn near common law, man.
Oh my God. I think like that people think, I think that's like probably my greatest accomplishment to people, huh?
It kind of is a really big accomplishment. I know we were like, hell no. Like, yeah, he did it. He did it.
Oh my God.
You made everybody, we was all proud. We was like, he got there.
It was all good, man. It's all good. I think like, I got this quote that I got the other day that talks about the journey of life. And I think that people should put as much energy as they can in the journey. Don't worry about the destination.
Let me cut it off, Jermaine Dupri. He's a professional. He was able to not answer that question.
No, I'm giving it to you. I'm trying to give it to you.
Okay,
I'm trying to give it to you. I'm trying to tell you that.
Break it down.
I'm trying to tell you that the journey of my life.
Yeah.
Is so amazing, and that's part of that's one of the parts of my journey.
You got a special lady friend now?
I don't know.
You might.
Might.
Does the fact
not like that though. It's gotta be. Not from that level. I don't have a girlfriend.
That had to have raised your stock a bit.
It actually puts you in a difficult position at some point, because like as you meet other girls now, I meet girls now, they got this fucked up thing that they say to me.
What do they say?
They say, I know I'm not Janet Jackson. Like, what? And that's I'm like, you think I'm gonna talk? You think I want to talk to you now? Like,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's a line I hear that more than like.
Women compare themselves to other women.
They try to a lot, and it's like, dog, like that ain't what I'm.
Yeah, you just trying to. We're just trying to build here.
I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. If that's what you on, then I'm completely off that.
You don't use that as mind control and shit. Like, Janet would have made me a sandwich after this.
Nah. Because I'm saying, once you get intertwined in that, people are really tied up into that. I don't like girls that even that be talking about Beyonce, and I don't have nothing to do with her. I don't like that. I just think that if you paying attention to another woman, then you're not gonna be the woman. You're not trying to be the woman that you should be.
You were part of Destiny Child doing well, right? Weren't you?
Yeah, I did a lot. I did, records in the early days of Destiny Child.
Could you see? Did you see the legs that they had? Did you see them going? Beyonce being what she is now.
Yeah, because at the same time, I just think like if you got talent, you could be anything because people stop. And what I saw happening with Destiny's Child is that they weren't going to stop. You know what I mean? They was destined to be as big as they could possibly be. And you can see that in a lot of people as soon as you see them. Like, their determination level, what they do in their videos and everything. You can see that they're determined to be something.
I always say per capita, Atlanta pumps out some of the, it's one of the most heavy-hitting music cities. It's not a giant city, and they make such a dent on the music scene.
Yeah.
So the question is this, and you're so deaf down there. Did you pass on anybody that you're like, man, I fucking wish I didn't pass on that motherfucker?
Well, TLC was my group.
Yeah.
And I had them and Criss Cross at the same time, and I actually was like too close to the guys, more like paying attention to their project more than I was paying attention to TLC. And I remember like it was like right now, Left Eye called me, was like, yo, you ain't really got no time for us. We gonna get another deal. And I could have been like, nah, fuck that. And I should have been like that, but I was more or less like happy for them that
right.
that somebody else was even trying to check for them. So I was like, okay, well, just make sure I'm producing on, I turned into a producer, right? I was like, okay, well, just make sure I get some beats on the album, or y'all let me produce some songs. You know what I mean? Don't forget about me. And I was, because I was really, really focused on the Criss Cross project. That's the one that I really hate, that I wish I would have did what I know how to do now, and, work both projects. And then Ludacris, I put Ludacris on Madden 2000.
That's
prior
dope.
to him. Yeah, prior to him having a record deal. Because I loved all the drops that he was doing on the radio station. He was on the radio station, he was doing these radio drops, and the radio drops was like, it was just so animated. And I was like, this shit's crazy. And then when they called me for Madden, they was like, we want somebody animated to do this intro. And I was like, shit, I got the perfect person. And they was like, who? And I was like, this new guy named Ludacris. And I put him on there. They went crazy. And at that point, I knew, my gut was telling me, you should sign him. But I chose to do it the record company way and ask people that work for me. And then I asked a couple of other people. And they gave me lukewarm answers that made me be like, oh, okay, maybe not. And I fell back, and I shouldn't have done that. Cause
you got the good. You're Jermaine Dupri. They're working for Jermaine Dupri. They're bringing you the coffee.
Hi, Jermaine.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm a student of hip hop. I'm a student of the music industry, and a lot of times I feel like, me and my cockiness, I feel like sometimes that might not be the way you're supposed to do it. You know what I mean? Like, even like now, I roll the way I roll. I don't roll with like a whole bunch of niggas with me. I do my shit. You got two publicists.
I
go do what I gotta do and keep it moving. But I be looking around sometimes like, damn, maybe I should have like 100 motherfuckers in here right now.
Nah, man, that would have been awful.
That's how everybody else do it, though. You know what I mean? I be, so I go back and forth with myself a lot like that. Like, damn, am I doing things the right way?
For y'all, Jermaine came in here with like a nice sports coat on and the understated Gucci fucking tinted shades and shit. He's over here. You figured out how rich motherfuckers look. You know what I mean? It's like understated balling. You won't get robbed, but like other rich people will know that you're rich. That's like the best way to do it.
Oh, that's how you do it?
Yeah. Like, that's the best way to do it. Jermaine Dupri, the show is on this Friday. It's the second episode?
No, it's the fourth episode this week. And if you want to go back, you can get the Lifetime app, and it is on demand. You can check it out so y'all can keep, get up to speed with what's going on. The first episode we did 1.1 million viewers.
That's awesome.
And they said it was the highest premiere on Lifetime in the last 2 years. So I want to thank everybody out there that did watch the show and supported it, and everybody that's not up on it, make sure y'all get up on it. It's the rap game. It is what it is, man.
Thank you very much, Jermaine Dupri.
Thank you.
Jermaine Dupri. Let's do it, Shade 45. This is the All Out Show on Shade 45.